Hello everybody, good morning, welcome to BIOSS. I am Subramanian Singh and you are watching online botany. Today's topic is Kingdom Monera. So, Kingdom Monera ku jiba purbaro, I would like to request you all to watch the previous video of 5 kingdom classification so that you can understand this part easily. Now, what is Monera? Monera means basically single. It is about the prokaryote cells. Kingdom Monera is the kingdom of prokaryotic cells. How this term Monera comes? Actually, originally, when taxonomy did happen, taxonomy arambha hala, what happened in 1735? Linnaeus, what he says, he divided the entire life into 2 broad kingdoms. What are they? They are Animalia and Plantae. Kingdom Animalia and Kingdom Plantae. But here there was a problem. The microbes, the unicellulars, were not coming under these 2 properly. So what he did, it took some 100 years and more, so that Hackel in the year 1866, Hackel added a 3rd kingdom, that is Protista. So, Animalia and Plantae are the 2 kingdom classification. Now, along with Animalia, Plantae and Protista, now they make the 3 kingdom classification. Okay, so here also there is a basic problem. What is the problem? Protista was covering all the unicellulars, virus, bacteria, all the microbes, which was unicellular. But then there was a problem. Now, the unicellular are again of 2 types. There are eukaryotes and there are prokaryotes. So, in the year 1956 comes Copeland. Now, Copeland proposed that along with Animalia, Plantae, Protista, and here comes Monera, Kingdom Monera, the 4 kingdom classification. The 4 kingdom classification. For details, I again kohibi, please watch the 5 kingdom classification, the video. You will get the details there. So basically, what I mean to say here, this term Monera means single. Monera means individual. So this term Monera comes in the year 1956. In the year 1956 by Copeland, who says that this Monera, they are different from Protista, as Protista are the eukaryotes, whereas Monera are the prokaryotes. So when I say Kingdom Monera, I mean that this Kingdom Monera actually consists of the prokaryotes. So, Kingdom Monera is the kingdom of prokaryotes. Now, when we differentiate them in 4 kingdom classification, and in the year 1969, Whitaker also keeps Monera at a part of his classification, and he identified it as a separate kingdom. Now, these prokaryotic kingdoms, as we say, prokaryotes, primitive nucleus. So, we can say the kingdom Monera consists of those organisms which are very primitive in nature, or which are so ancient form of life where that life or that cell exhibit all the characters of living organism. বা জীব সত্তা থিবা এবং জীবর গুণধর্ম প্রকাশ করুଥିବା প্রাথমিক जो सेलुलर ग्रुप क्रिएट हैला ता भितरु जो मानकु यूनिसेलुलर किंगडम्स रहिले जो मानक भितर गोटे ट्रू न्यूक्लियस नथिला से मानकु ने आमे जो किंगडम तयारी कले बा जो क्लासिफिकेशन से मानकु सेपरेट कले से मानकु जो किंगडम कवर कला ताकु ही कहले आमे किंगडम मोनेरा. इज दैट क्लियर? So now we will understand the characteristic of Monera. जो organisms Monera kingdom bhitere asile, what are the characters they possess? So along with this diagram we will understand the characters. We will go one by one. So primarily mu kahili, as I said, the kingdom Monera consists of all the prokaryotes, and they are unicellular. From the three kingdom classification, जेतेबेले Hackel three kingdom classification कले एवं प्रोटिस्टा को प्लांटी एंड एनिमल ठो अलग कले सेतेबेले ठो ही आमे यूनिसेलुलर मानन को गोटे अलग किंगडम भितर को नहीं केस्तिले. इज नॉट इट? तो से जो अलग किंगडम भितर को नहीं केस्तिले प्रोटिस्टा. नाउ द प्रोटिस्टा दे कंसिस्ट ऑफ ऑल द unicellulars as per Hackel. Now Copeland ताको डिवाइड कले कोन ना prokaryote, unicellular prokaryotes सेमान को नहीं आसिले Monera को. So the first character are they are definitely unicellulars. They are definite unicellulars. Now if you see the cell, actually this is the cell of a bacteria. This is the cell structure of a bacteria. And we understand that bacteria are coming under Monera. So, जेतेबेले मो characters कहूची, the same characters bacteria पे भी applicable. If you are going to write an long question on bacteria, you can go by this also. And if you are writing on Monera, you can go by this also. The same thing. So, it is unicellular, single cell structure. Now, the ribosome present here is of 70S type. Now, the third point is naked DNA. So, naked DNA means prokaryote कहले हमें. When we say prokaryote, that means no nuclear envelope is present. No nuclear envelope is present. In fact, why nucleus? There is no membrane bound organelles present. So here no nuclear envelope is present. The DNA material, the genetic material is free floating inside the cytoplasm. Now in case of bacteria, they are called as nuclear. They are the DNA, they are called as nuclear. So the DNA is naked, DNA has no cover, DNA has no envelope. Now the third part is no membrane bound organelles. No membrane bound organelles. What are the organelles? Cell को हमें जीवा, cell को जते बेला हमें जीवा, cell रे हमें कौन पढ़ुतिले? Cell भीतर कौन अछि? Cytoplasm रे अछि कौन? ना nucleus अछि. Along with nucleus, there are so many cellular organelles like mitochondria, like vacuoles, like ribosome, like all those things that are bounded by a membrane. But in this prokaryotic case, in case of the organisms that are coming under kingdom Monera, no membrane bound organelle present inside the plasma membrane. Only the cytoplasm, the genetic material, the DNA, and the ribosomes. So no membrane bound organelles. Now, these have a unique character of reproduction. Either they reproduce by budding. What is budding? गोटे सेल स्ट्रक्चर अच्छी सेल रो गोटे आउटग्रोथ हवा आरंभ करे एवं से आउटग्रोथ बड़ा हैला परे ता भीतर को किछि जेनेटिक मटेरियल माइग्रेट करि कि जाए देन सेल मेम्ब्रेन अटैच हो जाए सेल वॉल पर फिनिश होला परे दीटा का सेल इंडिविजुअल सेल रे कन्वर्ट हो जाती. दिस इज नोन एज body. Now the second is binary fission. So what is binary fission? Binary fission केस रे कौन हुए ना सेल जो थाए तार जेनेटिक मटेरियल्स जहाँ भीतर थांती से माने दी भाग रे विभक्त हो जाती एवं से सिंगल सेल टा दीटा सेल रे कन्वर्ट हो जाए एवं निज निज जेनेटिक मटेरियल को नेकी से माने सेपरेट हो जाती. This is known as binary fission. So these are the two methods, budding and binary fission, जहाँ द्वारा बैक्टीरिया रिप्रोडक्शन करे बा प्रोकैरियोट्स रिप्रोडक्शन करंती बा किंगडम मोनेरा रे आसुथिबा ऑर्गेनिजम्स रिप्रोडक्शन करंती. So this is an important question. किंगडम मोनेरा रे जहाँ भी ऑर्गेनिज्म आसुथि से माने रिप्रोडक्शन केमती करंती ना asexual reproduction देखा जाए either by budding or binary fission. Now या पूर्वरु जेतले आमे सेल वॉल कथा पढुतिले सेतले आमे सेल वॉल कंपोजिशन पढितिले. इन केस ऑफ किंगडम मोनेरा द प्रोकैरियोट्स द सेल वॉल इज रिजिड, इट इज हार्ड, strong, and it consists of peptidoglycan. This cell wall is so rigid that it is very difficult to kill a bacteria or to neutralize a bacteria. The bacteria cell is rigid because the presence of peptidoglycan. Now the last one, the seventh point is they are the natural decomposers. Environmental decomposers. हमें जते बेले food chain कथा कहूचे हमें कौन कहिले plants are the producers. Producer को primary consumer का consumer खाइला प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर को सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर बा कार्निवोर्स खाइले एमिति गोटे फूड चेन चलिला एवं एट द डेथ ऑफ प्रोड्यूसर कंज्यूमर एनी स्टेज ऑफ कंज्यूमर बी इट ए हर्बीवोर और बी इट ए कार्निवोर जतल का डेथ हो जाए दे आर सब्जेक्टेड टू डिकम्पोजर्स. सो दिस डिकम्पोजर्स दे break down the dead body and release the finest particle to the soil, to the environment. So they are the decomposers, and this is one of the primary work. This is one of the primary role they play in environment. Okay. Now the last point is they are autotrophs. Autotroph केतेबेले कहिबा जेतेबेले समान निज खाद्य प्रस्तुत करथुए. Now how can they do that? आमे यार 5 मिनिट 7 मिनिट पर जेतेबेले आमे क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ किंगडम मोनेरा को जिबा सेतेबेले मु सायनोबैक्टेरिया कथा कहिबी बा ब्लू ग्रीन आल्जी कथा कहिबी सेतेबेले आमे जानिबा जे हाउ दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ्स. दे आइदर दे आर ऑटोट्रॉफ और दे आर पैरासाइट्स. आम बॉडी रे भी अछंती. सो दे आर पैरासाइट्स and they are heterotrophs. As they are heterotrophs, they plays this role of decomposers. So this is all about their characters. Now look at this diagram so that we can understand the characteristic features of a prokaryote. So the basic cell wall is a rigid cell wall which consists the plasma membrane attached to it. Now within the plasma membrane, the cytoplasm, here the cytoplasm fill the plasma membrane and give it the turgidity. Give it the turgidity. Inside the plasma membrane, the DNA, or in case of bacteria, we say it as nucleate. The DNA, the genetic material that is freely flowing. That's freely flowing. No nuclear envelope is there. And if you will look at these hairy-like structures, they are called as pilus. They are called as pilus, and there is a flagella attached to it. This is peculiar to a bacteria. Now the ribosomes are there, and this ribosome is, as I said, 70S type. So the ribosomes are of 70S type, and along with this is the basic structure of bacterial cell, and this basic structure is also implemented to all prokaryotes. So the mesosomes, there is another structure that is called mesosomes, which are also part of this plasma membrane. So this is the basic structure. Now we will go to the characters, and as for the characters, how they are classified, how kingdom Monera is classified into how many categories. Just look at it. So आमे किंगडम मोनेरा कैरेक्टर्स देखिले एवं तार स्ट्रक्चर भी देखिले एबे आमे तार क्लासिफिकेशन को जीवा. सो हाउ किंगडम मोनेरा इज बीइंग क्लासिफाइड. सो किंगडम मोनेरा इज बेसिकली आमे जानिले जे किंगडम मोनेरा का बैक्टीरिया ही कहिले, बैक्टीरिया स्ट्रक्चर आमे डिस्कशन करले. सो दिस किंगडम मोनेरा द प्रोकैरियोट्स दे आर ऑफ 3 different categories. What are they? So primarily they are the Archaebacteria, Eubacteria and Cyanobacteria. This kingdom Monera is again classified into 3 categories: Archaebacteria, Eubacteria and Cyanobacteria. Now we'll try to understand the characteristic of each of them. Now as I said that these are the ancient form of cells. They are the prokaryotes where true nucleus is absent, and hence they are treated as the most ancient organism available on the globe. Now, in these 3, whether it is Archaebacteria, Eubacteria and Cyanobacteria, these Archaebacteria, first we will go to the Archaebacteria. Now, these Archaebacteria are the most ancient bacteria type, or the most primitive type of cells, which are almost very close to non-living and possess a rare and very distinct living characters. That's why they are coming under this kingdom Monera. And what are these bacteria? They are the most ancient bacteria, the most primitive type of cell. The primary cellular structure is present there. They are the most ancient bacteria. Now, these bacteria are found in very sensitive areas, very remote areas, and very extreme climates. They are seen in the extreme climates. Now, they are again of 3 types. When they are present in saline water, salt water, in sea or seashore, they are called as halophiles. And Archaebacteria present in saline water are halophiles. Now, the second category is thermoacidophiles. As the name says, thermoacidophiles. These bacteria are seen in places where the temperature is too high and the water is very acidic. The cell wall of these bacteria is so strong that they can resist high temperature as well as the effect of acid, high concentration of acid. Hence, they are basically seen in hot springs. They are called as thermoacidophiles. Now, the third category of Archaebacteria is methanogens. Now, methanogens are basically found in marshy areas, swampy places, closed rooms, जोटी शिउली अधिका हो जाइतिबो, जल अंश अधिका रहउतिबो, आर्द्रता अधिका रहउतिबो, सांद्रता अधिका रहउतिबो, ह्यूमिडिटी जो कहूचे आमे तार कंसंट्रेशन बहुत हाई थिबो, सेठी methanogens grow करंती, and methanogens are responsible to create the methane gas. जोति पे बहुत समय तक मैंने सुनिथिबो when people are working in drains, swampy places, marshy places, they get died due to the high concentration of methane. That means at that places, this methanogens type of Archaebacteria are plentifully available. So, Archaebacteria को हम 3 बार व्यक्त करले, halophiles, thermoacidophiles and methanogens. Now, as I said, they are the most ancient bacteria and they are very, very close to non-living but shows living characters. They are treated as called as living fossil. They are called as living fossil. Now, they are very sensitive and they are very active in remote and highly sensitive climates, highly extreme climates. So, their cell wall is very rigid. It contains protein and a non-cellulosic type of cell wall. It lacks peptidoglycan. but these bacteria are autotrophs but mostly chemotrophic. They are not capable to synthesize their own food from in the process of photosynthesis. So they are autotrophs but mostly chemotrophic. Now coming to Eubacteria, the second category that comes under kingdom Monera after Archaebacteria. Now these Eubacteria are the real bacteria, the true bacteria. जो बैक्टेरिया सेल वाल कथा मु या पूर्व देखैथिली एवं तमन को बुझौथिली that structure belongs to this category only, Eubacteria. Now this Eubacteria has this cell wall consists of peptidoglycan. In Archaebacteria, peptidoglycan is absent. In Archaebacteria, peptidoglycan is absent, whereas in case of Eubacteria, this is present. Significant difference. Getting my point? Now, सेठी मु तुमको देखैथिली पिला माने सेल वॉल रो बाहरे गोटे स्ट्रक्चर थिला, आउटग्रोथ थिला, that is known as flagellum. This flagellum helps in locomotion. मु जते बेले क्लासिफिकेशन कहूतिली सेते बेले मु गोटे जिंस कहितिली there are so many organisms which are very very unique in their nature. हमें तांको एनिमल या प्लांट भीतर रखी परिबा नाही काहे कि ना मूवमेंट जते बेले गोटे कैरेक्टर भाबरे हमें देखुथिले क्लासिफिकेशन रे सेते बेले हमें कहूतिले प्लांट्स डोंट मूव, एनिमल्स डू मूव. नाउ इन दिस केस this Eubacteria it moves, so हमें को एनिमल रे नहीं परिबा की, but it has a cell wall, so हमें को प्लांट रे नहीं परिबा की. That's why ये जो third kingdom, 3 kingdom classification or 4 kingdom classification हमें आरंभ कले, is not it? So it moves with flagella. Next, the reproduction is sexual. Now मु सेठी जो कहिथिली या पूर्व sexual type, दीटा sexual type कहिथिली, mostly asexual रे binary fission रे बा bonding रे होतिला, but in case of Eubacteria the reproduction type is sexual reproduction type. And ये जो sexual reproduction हुए, sexual reproduction जो conjugation हुए दीटा बैक्टीरिया परस्पर सहित attached हुअंती, for that this pili सेठी जेमति गोटे flagella थिला सेमिति बैक्टीरिया रा बॉडी रे बहुत गुडे pili थिले. This pili has unique function. They are adhesive in nature. लाखी जीवे. So जेहेतु adhesive in nature, they help in reproduction as well as they helps in infection. होस्ट रो जो बॉडी थिबो, जो सेल थिबो, से सेल से हरे अटैच होबारे बैक्टीरिया को एक पीली हेल्प करे. So the Eubacteria shows all the character of the true characters of bacteria, hence this is called as true bacteria. Eubacteria is treated as true bacteria. Now these Eubacteria are either gram positive or gram negative according to the stain they take. जेतबेला हम ताको स्टेनिंग रे रखू, जो प्रकार स्टेन से माने नेले से स्टेन अनुसार हम ताको ग्राम पॉजिटिव और ग्राम नेगेटिव बोली कहि परिबा. Now coming to the third category. Now this category of Monera, the Cyanobacteria, they are unique to Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Now they have a close affinity to algae. And hence they are commonly called as BGA, blue green algae, as per the color they possess. They are the blue green algae, blue green algals. They are only in this group because they don't have a nucleus, they don't have nuclear envelope, hence they are coming under this bacteria category. Otherwise they should be in algae. We should keep them in protista, is not it? The character is so that next class रे जेतेले नेक्स्ट क्लास में प्रोटिस्टा विषय रे पढिबा सेतेला हम एटा को आउट के बेटर जानि परिबा जे प्रोटिस्टा रे जो algaes अछंती सेमाने एठी कोन पे नहांती. रीजन हला the absence of the true nuclear envelope नाही. So the blue green algae don't possess a nuclear envelope, but they contain pigments, chlorophyll pigment, carotenoid and phycobilin. So chlorophyll is, what is chlorophyll? chlorophyll is the pigment which helps in photosynthesis. So, and phycobilin is the pigment which helps in capturing the sunlight. So, sunlight capturing the capability rahila ebong chlorophyll pigment rahiba jogu these bacteria, the cyanobacteria, are autotrophs. They can do photosynthesis, they can produce their own food. Now, what this carotenoid does? This is a color pigment which makes this cyanobacteria colorful. जदि केबे नेशनल ज्योग्राफी चैनल्स देखुथिबो यूट्यूब रे बहुत सारा चैनल तुम पाइबो जोथिरे तमे एमिति सब जागा देखिबो जोठी पानीटा बहुत डीप ग्रीन देखा जाउथिबो बा विभिन्न कलर रे देखा जाउथिबो इवन इन ओडिशा देयर इज अ प्लेस कॉल्ड निजीगढ़ नियर तापंग इन खुर्दा डिस्ट्रिक्ट there is a place where you will get plenty of these blue green algae, and in old or ancient ponds where the water is not being drained out regularly, the growth of these blue green algae is common, and they are typically aquatic. That means all these blue green algae need water to survive, so they are seen in water bodies. And the common example is nostoc and pulpox. So the kingdom Monera, as I say, is again classified into 3 bacteria groups: the Archaebacteria, the Eubacteria, and the Cyanobacteria. The Archaebacteria are the ancient bacteria, Eubacteria are the true bacteria, and Cyanobacteria are the blue green algae, the advanced bacteria. Now, this is all about kingdom Monera. Ajira class ko 8 rakhiba. Jodi class bhalo lagi thae, don't forget to press the like button and share with your friends. If you are new to the channel, subscribe it, and या पूर्व जो videos भी अच्छी ताकू भी देखंतु and like करंतु so that you can understand the things in a proper sequence. Thank you. Have a good day.